What's going on, world? It's me, Andre Cat, not here from West Palm Beach, Florida. So in this video, I'm going to be doing some markups, just basically taking through the process on how I mark up my charts on pocket options, how I'm able to get in some sniper entries, and just walk you through it. I'm not going to walk you through everything because I'm going to make this video too short. Basically, if you want to learn my full trading strategy, or want to be able to copy my trades or be able to trade with me live on Zoom, I only charge a one-time fee of $500, and you'll be able to get access to all what I'm offering when it comes to my live trading sessions, my copying my pocket option trades automatically over to your account, learning my trading strategy. If you're interested in that, just message me on Telegram. I'm gonna leave a link in the description box below, or you can just shoot me a DM on Instagram if you're watching this on Instagram. All right, so let's get into it. So I already kind of marked up a couple of my charts. What I like to do is I like to mark up my supply and demand zones on the 1 hour. This is how I'm able to get in some really sniper entries when it comes to pocket options. These zones that I mark up are support and resistance zones that I can take trades off of. All right, it's not my, when price get to these zones, you just don't want to just take a trade. You have to utilize and implement my strategy, and then also you have to know the higher time frame trend. What type of trend are we in? Are we in an uptrend? Are we in a downtrend? You got to know those things, and then also you got to know the strategy. Okay, so I marked up this chart here. I marked up Amazon, and yeah. So let's go ahead and mark up another chart. I marked up this chart as well. Let's go to FedEx and mark up this one. Okay, let me go. And I mark up these supply and demand zones on a 1 hour chart. All right, and like I said, what I'm looking for when it comes to the 1 hour chart, I'm looking for the previous U.S. session highs and lows. All right, my previous U.S. session highs and lows is anywhere from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. All I'm looking for is the high of the session and the low of the session, and then I like to mark up these zones from the wick to the body. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys an example of how I do that. Okay, so I can see right now this candle right here was the lowest of the U.S. session. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this zone and bring it to the body, and then I want to drag this over here real quick so I can grab this. It's too far out. Let me bring it over here. That way I can actually see what I'm doing. All right, there we go. So, like I said, I like to draw the zone from the wick to the body. That's how I get my zone, okay? And then if I draw it, I also like to draw it out in the past, but in this case, I'm gonna just leave it like that. So that's my lowest point of the U.S. session, okay? Now I just need to mark up my high of the U.S. session. So I'm gonna bring this up here to the top of the wick up there to that candle. Let me actually bring this over. Just literally too high, too big of a zone. Actually, let me drag this over as well. I really love, marking up my charts on TradingView. I wish we can trade or mark up our charts on TradingView compared to Pocket Option, but we just have to make it work. And by the way, too, the strategy that you will learn from me, if you decide to take action or take a part of what I'm offering when it comes to my live trading sessions, copying my trades, and actually learning my trading strategy. When you learn my trading strategy, you're able to trade not only pocket options, but you're able to use the strategy to trade forex, stocks, futures, you name it. You can use the same strategy once you learn the strategy that I'm teaching. Okay. So this is going to be my high right there. I already got, this is going to be my low, high. I'm going to bring these over here because I'm going to box up my sessions. Okay. So let me go ahead and do that. And then I like to break it down to the 5 minute to box up these sessions here. So like I said, you'll learn everything what I'm doing right now on my live trading sessions. And not only that, once you take action on what I'm offering, we can hop on Zoom one-on-one. So basically, every person that take action, I will hop on Zoom with you one-on-one and actually walk you through the strategy. Okay. So let me do this. Break that up there. All right, and then let me bring this over here. All right, so that's the lowest, and then this is going to be the highest. Boom. All right. Now let me do this. Got to be real precise when it comes to what I'm doing. This is, like I said, if you want to get in some sniper entries, you have to put in the work on the charts. You have to put in the work on the charts. Okay. So when it comes to me marking up my charts, I like to be very, very, very precise. Okay. So I got that marked up. Now let me probably mark up one more or two more. And as you can see, when price get to these zones, you can really, think about taking positions, off of these zones. But as you can see, this zone that I have right here, if I go back in the past, you'll see that there's some rejection there. There's a rejection here. There's a rejection here, and then there's it might be another rejection here, but again, there's more that goes into the strategy. So one of the things that you have to know is you have to know the higher time frame trend. All right, what type of trend are we? Are we in an uptrend or are we in a downtrend on the higher time frame? So I like to look at the 4-hour and the daily chart to figure out what type of trend we are in. Are we at a potential lower high? Are we at a potential higher low? Like, where are we? All right, you have to know where you are on the higher time frames. Once you learn market structure and you know where you are in the market on the higher time frames, you can kind of predict where market is going to be heading next. All right, you're not going to win 100% of every trade, but you will win a lot more if you know the higher time frame trend and you know where you are in the market. Okay. So as you can see, there's a trend going on right here. There's a rejection here, there's a rejection here, and you never know. It might be a rejection here. It all depends on the higher time frame, what type of trend we're in, and also if my strategy plays out off of the zone. Because I have a detailed strategy on whenever price get to certain zones or certain areas. I have a strategy in place that I have to go by before I take the trade. Okay. So let me go ahead and box up these candles up here. So let me do this real quick. All right. It's probably gonna be the last asset that I mark up. I'm gonna probably end this video. That way I can just go ahead and focus on all of these other assets and mark these up. Because if I mark up all these assets, it's gonna take a while. This video will be too long. But I mark up a lot of assets. All right. I can mark up anywhere from 15 to 20 assets, and whatever asset plays out when it comes to my strategy, that's the trade that's the pair or asset that I trade first. Okay. So let's go to the 5 minute. I like to take my entries either on the 5 minute or the 1 minute. But let me go ahead and box this up. All right. Let me get this out the way a little bit. Boom. Okay. And then I'm going to do this. And like I said, you'll understand. Once you learn my strategy, you'll understand what I'm doing here. Once you learn my strategy. But I'm telling you, this strategy, if you learn this strategy will put you in position to make a lot of money here on Pocket Option. Trust me on that. Like, it's going to put you in a position to make a lot of money. I'm telling you. Okay. So that's the high. Okay. So I like to be real precise on what I'm doing. Real precise. Real precise here. Okay. Boom. Real precise. bring that there. All right, cool. All right, so I got those boxed off, and tell you right now, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm thinking about taking a buy off of this zone here on Johnson and Johnson OTC. But like I said, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end this video. But once I end this video, I'm gonna check the higher time frame trend, see what type of trend we in, and I'm gonna also check and see if everything plays out when it comes to the rules of my strategy. And then if everything plays out in my favor when it comes to the rules, my trading rules, then I might take this buy off of this zone here. Because like I said before, like if we go back to the 1 hour, you'll see, you know, price rejected this area right here, and then price rejected this here, and then you never know, we might get another rejection here. All right, but price could also break the zone, right? Retest and then head back to the downside. But like I said, the strategy has to play out. But I'm going to end this video right here. Hope you guys got some value. But my trading strategy is really simple to implement. But I highly recommend that you contact me if you really want to take trading on pocket options very seriously and learn the strategy. And if you don't have time to trade, that's cool. That's fine. You can copy my trades automatically over to your account hands free. Make $100 a day, $200 a day, $500 a day, you name it. You know, sky is the limit. But if you guys got some value, let me know in the comment section. If you're here watching this on YouTube, make sure you like and comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're watching this on Instagram, shoot me a DM and let me know, hey, Andre, I want to copy your trades, and then I'll go ahead and get you set up. But with that being said, I'm Andre Cat, here from West Palm Beach, Florida. I'll see you guys on another video. Take care.